Hello and welcome everyone to our May edition of our Agile Boston podcast. And I am really excited to introduce Konrad Pogorzala from all the way from Berlin, Germany. And we're going to talk a little bit today about value delivery with flight levels. But Konrad, last I checked, I don't think you're a FedEx pilot.
Yeah. Thank you for the introduction, Joe. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share. Yeah, I'm not a pilot. Everybody is speaking about driving change, but I was like, "Oh, why about driving? Let's fly. Let's take it up to the air. This is all about it."
Let's zoom into the future. All right, so Conrad, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to accept our invitation to present at Agile Boston.
Thank you. So I'm agile coach and trainer, working in agile environment since more than like around 20 years in supporting companies on the way to adopt the values and principles. It's all about values and principles, about giving the agile heart to the workplace to have a more enjoyable environment and producing more value. And in the recent years, I'm working closely with a big Japanese company. That's why all Japanese signs all over my place. With Daniel Mezik. So really enjoying it. And in the last conversation, he's like, "Yeah, I'm running the Agile Boston. Come over, share something, share your experience, share some real stories about what happened."
So,
So
so
that's
you're
why I'm
a
here.
colleague of Dan Mezick working for this Japanese company right now.
Yes, yes, yes.
Fantastic, fantastic. And how long you been working with this company?
With Daniel, I'm working since 2 years, but I would like to share a much longer case. So I strongly believe that coaching is not only something we are come in and change and then leave the company. We like to share with you a case, a coaching case, which I'm working since 7 years. It's a small,
Fantastic.
really like a long journey about constant adoption and improvements.
Right. And, I joked a little bit about, flight levels and pilots, but this is really serious stuff. I mean, a lot of us in the Agile Boston community, but also around the world, we're have a little anxiety about, about our jobs and as a Scrum Master or product owner or different Scrum titles or Agile titles. And we're looking for ways to become, even more valuable and show our value to the organization. And these flight levels look like they're really exciting, and they've been very successful at your company. So tell us a little bit about them.
So it's all about asking the right questions. It's all about discovering what is actually the problems which are facing at the moment with the company, and then based on the understanding of the problems, finding out the better ways to solve the problems. And this flight level metaphor is coming from a guy called Klaus Leopold. He is more from the Kanban world. Even I'm more from my origin is I started with Scrum Alliance, but in the level of business, in the years of business agility, you need to go a little bit more higher up of abstraction.
Mm,
And basically, the metaphor is when you're flying with the plane very high, you see a big picture, but you don't see the details. But it's good to see the big picture. Then, when you lower your flight, when you're flying very low, you see a lot of the details on the ground, but you don't see the big picture. So it's all about looking on one company from different levels of abstraction.
mm,
On the team level, the operative level, the teams know what to do, operative work, they have their own visualization sprints or current focus. And this is the lower level of detail. Sometimes they don't see the big picture. So the question is the next layer, the second layer, the second flight level is a coordinating layer about how multiple teams can work together. And this is mainly the focus of the talk about multiple team collaboration. And of course, above this is the next level of vision and mission of the company. And the ideal case everybody who is working in the team knows what he is working on, how this contribute to bigger goals between the teams. Most of the project, as everybody knows, is not only done by one team, by multiple teams, so they know how to contribute with multiple teams to main goal and how this is connected to the strategy of the company. This is the ideal utopia when every single person knows about it, but we are working on it. This is a thinking, the flight level is a thinking model. It's not a framework, it's a thinking model. So every company need to discover how this is gonna work for them,
Right.
uh, with some support, of course.
And what I love is that I think one of the things that we've learned over the years is we don't want to be dogmatic to any specific framework, but we want to take the lessons that all these frameworks teach us, and we want
Yes.
to pull the things that we need for our company, for our situation, to solve problems that we have.
Yes.
So I love the fact that you're pulling some of this from the Kanban world into your thing. So I think you have a little diagram that shows these flight levels. Do you want to
Yes,
show
I
that?
do. I do. Give me a second. I can share it with you. This is the small abstraction, small visualization, how does it work. So this is this three levels. Sometimes there are more, but at least three basic levels. This operative level on the bottom, how the teams works, no matter which framework they use, Kanban, Scrum, or mix of both, whatever happens. Most of the teams nowadays are more teams which are producing value or are using some kind of agile methods. But
Hmm.
this is not in the focus. Focus is here more on the flight level two, how to coordinate multiple teams. So it's not a hierarchy model. It's basically the representative of the teams are meeting together, visualizing different level of abstraction, different informations in
Hmm.
order to steer the company in the right direction, which is described in the strategic level. So the connection between all three levels needs to be visualized. And of course, it's not only about artifacts, it's all about individuals' interactions. As you see, the people interacting. So this is the focus. This is always what I learned over the years in the Agile community, always coming back to individuals' interactions.
Hmm.
This
That's
is
right.
always the core, have been from the beginning, and it still is.
Yeah, one of the signatories of the Agile Manifesto, Alistair Coburn, he defines software development as not what you produce, but the free exchange of ideas between individuals. So
Yes.
it is truly the first value of Agile, which is individuals and interactions over
Yes.
processes and tools. And I think that's what you're emphasizing here. Is that correct?
Yes. And also, unique situation is this company is working in the energy sector, and over 7 years, we turn the entire company
Hmm.
into Agile. It's not only IT department, it's not the IT team. We have also the finance team as a working in Agile style. We have a production team working as team. We have people who are basically buying energy also in Agile team. Even the leadership team is organized in an Agile way and is the equal as all other teams. This is the very unique situation that not only IT, but the entire company internalize what is actually agility for them and interact with other teams on the same level as as on the individual level.
Right. And I think what's really important for the audience here is to understand is this didn't happen overnight. This took time. And next week when you present, you're going to talk about that journey and how they ended up, getting to a point where they were open to using these flight levels and seeing the value that they provided. Is that correct?
Exactly. We started the journey 2018, so it's already 7 years
Wow.
journey. Actually, not on a journey. This is like flying,
Right.
using the same
Flight
metaphor.
levels, of course.
Exactly, exactly. And also one thing we use here, crisis. There
Right.
are three major crises over the last 7 years, and this was always a turning point to use the crisis to become better.
Right.
And working the CEO, he's always reminding Nice saying from Winston Churchill, never get a good crisis go to waste.
Exactly. Right. A crisis is an opportunity. It's a catalyst for change. And,
Exactly.
uh, and we have to be, as agilists, we have to be open to being patient and waiting for our chance to have something come up and be the person that says, "Hey, I've got an idea to help solve
Yeah.
this problem."
Every time there in a company there is a sense of urgency, there is a much higher probability we're gonna do something right.
Correct.
And people are eager, like, we need to do something. So let's do it. Let's sit down. Let's reflect. Let's visualize the current situation, our understanding, our common understanding, and base on our discussions. Let's do something about it.
Right.
When and the higher the sense of urgency, the much better opportunity to move something faster.
For sure. For sure.
Got it.
Yeah, well, we're really excited to have you, Conrad. Thank you very, very much for accepting our invitation. I think everyone can really get a lot of value out of what you're talking about and maybe even trying to implement it at their jobs. And we're going to look forward to seeing you next Wednesday, May 28th at noon Eastern Time. It's 6 p.m. Your local time in Berlin.
Yeah.
Again, Conrad, you can see his presentation next Wednesday, May 28th at noon Eastern. For all of our Agile Boston content, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Agile Boston. You can also go to our Agile Boston LinkedIn group page and become a member of the group page, and you can get all of our updates. And of course, if you like any of the videos that we put out here, please hit that like button. It's good for our YouTube stats. And Conrad, thank you again, and we will see you all next Wednesday.
Looking forward.